Right there, you beautiful person inside of my phone. I've done it again. It is 8:45 in the evening and we are registering at 27 degrees. It is so... Just thought it was a really good idea to film over 2 heat waves. Hi there, you beautiful person inside of my phone. Welcome to Witchy Wednesdays. Thank you for joining me over on my YouTube channel. If you've come over from TikTok, I really do appreciate it. Song in the background is Girl All the Bad Guys Want in the background. We are having some tech issues thanks to the heat. I do have a fan on. There is some noise in the background that is happening. Apparently it is not bedtime, but it is hot. That I promise you. And today we are talking about spell candling. So, hope you've got your pen and paper to hand. Honestly, this witch is melting. I really honestly am. Hope you have your pen and paper to hand. We're going to be moving over to grimoires today. Unfortunately, I just ran out of time to finish the page in my grimoire. Such is life. The clock forever ticks against me. But today, talking about spell candling. So, I'm going to be throwing an absolute whole heap of information at you. Then I'm going to show you what it is that you can be doing with your spell candles. I will not be lighting it. I'm so sorry. It's so hot. I'll tell you exactly what you need to be doing and how you need to be doing it. So, spell candling. Spell candles come in all different types of colours. Again, I do have my rather fancy spell candle holder. You can use this with a fireproof plate. It's whatever you feel comfortable using. If you have tea holders, candle holders, sorry, then please do use them. However, just as I've got going, it's In the Air Tonight by Phil Collins that's literally just caught my ear just as I was about to get going. I'm sure the camera's bouncing. Hope these camera bounces are recording. Might be relevant to somebody. So they come in all different sizes. You can get the really, really big ones. They're really, really tall. If you do happen to have some of the really tall spell candles, then the activity, you can do it sort of like make a section of your candle. But these ones here, and the ones that I've bought on Amazon that I told you to get in your shopping list, they burn for about 90 minutes. 90 minutes, 2 hours. I have found that very colour dependent, but they are very fast burning. So I have gone for these. Again, they come in a array of colours, so I'm just going to start throwing a whole heap of information at you. The colour gold. Gold spell candles are burnt for good fortune, enlightenment, and strengthening your talents. Silver candles are burnt for moon energy, to be harnessing some of the energy out of the moon. It doesn't matter what the day is, it doesn't matter if it's full, if it's new, it's waxing or waning. You can use it to very intentionally harness the energy out of the moon by, again, scribing on and writing on what moon today is. So today's moon is, we are in a transitional moon between Capricorn and Aquarius. So you could write that on your spell candle to be harnessing some of that very earthy energy along with the very airy energy of Aquarius. Also burn them for inspiration and dream work. Assistance with your dream work. You can ask the High Priestess to help you by inscribing her name on a spell candle. Red spell candles are for sexual love, relationships, partnerships, passion and courage. Pink spell candles are burnt for self-love, empathy and romantic love. The two are very, very different. Come on, we are all adults. There's a very heavy sexual energy that you can put into your relationship, but there's also that romantic, passionate, sort of emotional side of a relationship, and you can burn the two together if you wish. Red is for sexual love, pink is for romantic love, as well as self-love. Orange spell candles are burnt for happiness, confidence and creativity. Yellow are burnt for intelligence, protection of your mental health and memory. Green is for money, luck and prosperity. Blue are burnt for communication, peace and wisdom. Purple candles are burnt for divination, intuition and spirituality. Brown are burnt for justice, friendship and grounding. If you feel like you're not quite underneath the ground, you can burn a brown spell candle to help you do that. Black candles are burnt for protection, banishing dead energy, banishing energy that should not have hung around, and endings to situations. White candles are burnt for healing, protection and cleansing. Once you have banished, because you've not opened and closed your circles correctly, I've done it. Something's crept in with me a couple of times because you've not opened and closed your circles correctly, or done it consciously that you then opened it and forgot to close it, and something did just sneak on in. We banish with the black and then we cleanse the space with the white candles. Healing, protection and cleansing of spaces. Those are your spell candles. So, sorry, honestly, if I just don't film this now, it's not getting filmed. Pop that to one side. I'm going to do the activity. So, go through that list. What is it that you want to be manifesting in? What energy is it that you want switching on? What is it that you're looking for? Then what I want you to do is to take your spell candle and your trusty toothpick, old pen, pair of tweezers, whatever it is, something with a relatively sharp edge. Because what I want you to do, again, divination, spirituality and intuition, she says. Yeah, I was right. Divination, intuition and spirituality. 4 purple spell candles. That's what I want you to write. It's really strange to try and explain it to you via this process. Don't stab in the candle and start really getting really heavy-handed. Start really gently and you'll sort of get a feel of what it is that I'm talking about. And I have tried doing this a couple of times and you just can't see it on camera. So I just want you to try and imagine what it is that I'm trying to say. I want you to write that in, spirituality, and you just literally scribble all down. The spelling isn't relevant. It's the intention. It's getting your foot underneath the floor and having that moment. Again, candle in your left, we are giving the energy to the candle, so toothpick in your right hand. If you are a lefty, that's fine. Just hold on to that intention in your heart, please, as you are writing. Spirituality, intuition, divination. Well, what does that mean to you? I want to explore my own spiritual journey. Just write whatever those three things mean to you. Again, I want to trust my own intuition. I want to trust that knot in my stomach. You just keep turning the candle, just keep slowly rolling it round and writing whatever it is that means intuition to you, that means spirituality to you, that means divination to you. And if you can't initially think of anything, just rewrite the same 3 things over and over and over again. But again, I want to trust my gut intuition. I want the confidence to trust in myself when something doesn't feel right. Scribble it all in. Scribble it all in. All the way from, now these candles, they have this little nick in. Can you see? Go from there all the way down to the very, very end, or as close to the very bottom as you can. But you'll get a feel for it. If you start really gently, you'll kind of, oh yeah, I totally get what she's saying. Start really gently, and you'll sort of feel how much pressure is appropriate to be putting it on. Once we've done that, we're going to get our rose oil back out. I will do this, even though it's not written on. You just want to blob on your finger. Keep the lid off, because sometimes you can get halfway around and start running out. On your right index finger. And what I want you to do, so you've done all the scribbling, yeah? So what I want you to do, I'm going to have to sort of show you this way. We're going to literally run our fingers all the way down the can, all the way down to the very end. But this particular line that I am rubbing on is spirituality. So that is literally, hold the candle towards you, you wipe the oil towards you. We are drawing it in. We are drawing it towards ourselves. Spirituality. Very, very carefully turn the candle in your hand. Intuition. Divination. And just keep turning. And whatever it is that you've scribbled, you're just going to recite out loud. I want to trust my gut intuition. I want to trust that knot in my stomach. And you just keep turning. Keep rolling. Again, if you feel like you're running out of oil, just get another blob and just keep going all the way around until every line that you have written is coated in rose oil, in love, going from the heart with our feet nice and underneath the ground. And we are drawing it in towards us. Pop it in your candle holder. I love this candle holder, but there's moments where you have to be really careful. And again, remember that you are oily, so make sure that you are being safe and having that extra moment with it, please, to make sure that it is solid and it is steady in your candle holder, fireproof plate, whatever it is that you're using. You then want fire. There is no special incantation or anything like that. The only thing I want you to say is, so mote it be, as you light the candle. You can ask, you can get your feet nice underneath the ground. Pachamama, I ask for everything that is written on this candle. I am coming from the heart. It is coated in rose oil with love. So mote it be. If you do want to have that moment of prayer, then please do so. But the most important thing is, so mote it be. You just light it and let it burn. Now, there are a couple of colours that will have the smallest bit of wax you ever did see in your whole life. I have had the purple ones, especially. They do leave quite a large. Is something that I have found. They do leave quite a large pool of wax at the end. I just give it back. I give it back to the garden. Thank you, Pachamama, for allowing me the time to do that, and I just give it back to the earth. If that is something that you would like to do, it would be very helpful, again, because you're just having that last moment of it in your hands before letting those manifestations go. But the main thing to take note is, as you light the candle, the words are, so mote it be, and make sure that you are drawing it in towards you. And that is spell candling. Now, you can read the flames. You can read the flames. So, I want it that way. Well, that's the whole point, isn't it? Manifestations, I want it that way. This is how I want it. By the Backstreet Boys. In the background, just caught my ear there. You can read the flames. Unfortunately, again, I just didn't have time to sort of transfer it from one grimoire into the other. So, pens at the ready. A high, strong flame. Your manifestations are moving towards you quickly. Keep that right ear wide open for that high-pitched ringing as and when it hits. Thank you. Thank you, Pachamama. I heard you. I've heard your message. I'm going to get ready for those manifestations coming in to me. A low, weak flame. There was very low energy that was invested. You weren't quite going from the heart as you were scribing. You didn't spend enough time putting that energy into that candle. There's low energy that's been invested into these manifestations. You might need to repeat the exercise. Thick black smoke that comes off. There's too much negative energy around you. You need to raise your vibration and your mindset to a higher level to be protecting your energy. A dancing flame. There's very high energy that went into those manifestations, but it might come across as a little bit chaotic, and a little bit of a chaotic manifestation. So if you were manifesting something, say for example a resource, a resource coming directly towards you, you may find in the end that a resource did come in towards you, but it wasn't quite the one that you wanted because of the chaoticness of the flame. But it'll do the same job. If you think creatively about the resource that has come towards you, it will, if you've got the mindset for that, you could use this resource, but just in a very slightly different way, in a bit of a learning mindset and a different way around things. because that manifestation was a little bit chaotic. So be mindful of that. A flickering flame, your intentions or manifestations are being acknowledged by your spirit guides, by your spirit team. They are with you in that moment. So pray and show them gratitude is the advice for a flickering flame. Popping or spluttering flames, there's outside forces actively working against you. We need to add more energy and really concentrate on your intentions and protecting your own energy, especially if that happens on a coloured candle. By that I mean an orange or a pink or a yellow, those kind of the brightly coloured candles. It would be an amazing idea to instantly get a black candle out and very, very quickly clean your energy. I want to banish all that negative energy that is actively working against me in this moment. So mote it be, just light it and let the two burn together. It would be a great idea to make sure that you are protecting your own energy with a popping or a spluttering flame that isn't black or white. Obviously, if the flames are popping and spluttering, if you're burning a black or a white candle for cleansing purposes and protection purposes, I'd be doing two side by side just to make sure that we can doubly protect your energy. If the flame goes out randomly, there's not a gust of wind, nothing could have possibly blown out that flame whatsoever, it's just gone. The spell's not working. It's not working. There's a combination here of outside influences and a negative mindset working against you. You're working against yourself, and a negative is working against you also. There is low vibration. You need to tackle this first before trying again. So you need to be raising up your mindset. Raising up your vibration, switching up your mindset. Make sure that your space is very clean and very cleansed, and we have definitely removed all consent for anything negative to enter the space as we are performing these spell candles and this spell work. And just in general, I do it all the time. It's the last thing that I say as I walk up the stairs at night. Bear in mind, I am a single mum. It's been a long time since I've lived on my own. The last thing I do at night, I've locked everything up, I'm walking up the stairs. Thank you, Patrick Mama, for today. I'm very grateful for this, that, the sun's shone, the kids have had a great time, we've been paddling in the pool and everyone had a great time. Thank you very much. But I remove all consent now for anybody and any soul and any negative energy entering my space, entering my home and the land that my home sits on whilst me and my children sleep. Removal of consent. You've just got to remove the consent, but we've got to raise that vibration, switch up that mindset if the flame goes out for no apparent reason whatsoever. If there's a moment in time that you are burning and, oh my goodness, I need to leave the house, do not leave these unattended. Do not leave any flame unattended, ever. But if you get halfway down and suddenly, oh my goodness, I need to go and I need to put this out, we do not ever blow candles out, because we are blowing the wishes and the manifestations away from us. You must find a way of naturally putting the candle out itself. So again, just a lick of the fingers, and that, yes, you might have a bit of a blister. Make sure that your hands are really wet as you do it, but you have to try and naturally put it out. We are not blowing. You can buy those little, I think they're called snuffers. Someone in the comments will correct me. You get them in churches that they snuff out the candles. You can buy one of those on the internet. They are relatively cheap. You can get the antique ones that are like gorgeous, but they are like ridiculous money. If you want to treat yourself to one of those so that you can put it out just in an emergency, I've got to leave and it's halfway burnt, then please do so. But we always try and find a natural way of putting them out. Again, flicking water on it, licking our fingers and putting out the candle that way. is what we always do. However, if the flame will not go out, no matter how hard you try, without blowing it, your work's not done. You need to invest more time, more energy, make sure that you're holding the next one for that little bit longer. Make sure you get plenty of oil on your finger. Make sure that you are drawing it in. Make sure your feet are underneath the ground and you're really spending that time and putting that energy into the candle and into the spell of what you're manifesting and what your intentions are. To me, you can burn spell candles any time of the month. You don't have to follow the moon. I do normally do spell candle rituals over the new and the full moon. However, they can be performed at any time, especially the banishing, especially the protection. We don't ever wait for a moon for protection. We just get nice and underneath the ground, really, really hold it. Again, another way of doing it, you could scratch and just hold and then put the oil on. If that's again, because it gives you that extra 2 minutes with and really, really having that moment of prayer with your candle. But that really is spell candling. There's really nothing else to say. Although I have waffled for 20 minutes. Again, read your flames. If you are struggling, then please come back to this video. If you're really, really struggling to read a flame, please come back and hit me up over TikTok. I'm more than happy to talk you through it. But again, we are drawing it in, we are drawing it towards us, and that little bit of wax that is left over at the end, just go and give it back to the garden, please. Go and give it back to whoever. You are showing your gratitude to whichever deity it is that you are praying to. Then please do that. But that really is spell candling. And again, when you get your toothpick, your old pen, your pair of tweezers, you'll sort of, sewing needle, whatever it is, you'll sort of, I know what she means. It is the lightest of pressure, but make sure that you've pressed in hard enough that you can then actually read what you have written so that you can then recite it as you are drawing it towards you. Lifted by the Lighthouse family, literally just caught my ear. Yeah, I've definitely raised my vibration because that was, I love spell candles, I really do it. Again, I don't ever wait for a moon. If you're really struggling with confidence, then get those orange candles out. What does confidence mean to you? Just inscribe it in, sit there with it for a couple of hours. Just really get your feet nice and underneath the ground. But that was a lot of fun. I really have enjoyed filming this series, even though half of it's not really written entirely in my grimoire, but I have enjoyed it. Maybe not doing it over 2 heat waves, because then I won't be melting as much, but I hope that all made sense to you. If it doesn't, please hit me up in the comment section below. Please hit me up back over on TikTok. Again, if you have any questions, reading flames, you want extra information on colouring, then please hit me up. But from my heart to yours, you guys take care of yourselves.